Hello everyone, Jul here. It's been a while since we are talking about different genres, and even as a guy who grows up with RPG game, there is no way that I'm not playing games from other genre. So for a start, I will give you my recommendation for the best survival RPG games out there. I think it's a pretty good genre to start, since most survival games have a decent amount of RPG elements. Some of you might not agree with my list, but that's okay, because at the end of the day, we have our own opinion. Alright then, let's get started. Ark Survival Evolved is a survival game set in a dynamic open-world environment. Players can build a base, items, and weapons by collecting the resources and technology required for crafting. Everything you do, including collecting resources, crafting new equipment, or fighting enemies, will give you experience, which can be spent on permanent upgrades for your character. The sheer amount of creatures in Ark is truly astounding. There are over 100 species on the standard island map alone, from dinosaurs to sea creatures and even giant insects. DYSMANTLE is a post-apocalyptic survival game with zombies running around its sprawling world. In this game, you're required to collect a lot of material to make equipment, weapons, or food that will help you on your journey against the zombies. However, unlike games with the survival genre in general, this game doesn't give any penalty if you don't eat food every day. The game also has a leveling system that you can increase by collecting experience just like an RPG game. Grounded is a survival game that has a pretty unique theme. The player character has somehow reduced to the size of an insect, and you have to survive in this dangerous environment. To stay alive, players must gather materials, create tools and equipments while maintaining the food resources. Not only that, you also need to build a base to defend yourself against dangerous adversaries, especially at night when certain enemies become more aggressive. Craftopia is a brand new survival RPG game. The game isn't an open world entirely, but instead you can travel to new maps with different level designs, monsters, and resources. You can tame animals and use them as combat pets or mounts, and so much more. The battle gameplay is fun. It feels very classic, just like when you play games like Ratchet & Clank or something similar. Just like any survival game in general, Craftopia also provides a co-op or multiplayer options, which makes the experience even better. State of Decay 2 is a zombie game that combines survival mechanic with some RPG elements. The game is set in an open-world environment and features cooperative gameplay with up to 3 other players. You can choose from several locations to build a base, then reinforce and improve it with various facilities like watchtowers, kitchens, medical base, and many more. While most zombie games only want you to focus on killing a lot of zombies, State of Decay often wants you to focus on what you're doing when you're not killing them. This means there will be a lot of grinds, supply runs, and managing a group of people with different backgrounds and personalities. Conan Exiles is about surviving in the harshest of environments. Unlike Minecraft or other survival games which use procedurally generated maps or terrain, Conan Exiles has a single static map. While this sounds limiting at first, it allows the developers to build out a more intricate and interesting world than you will find from most survival games. Combat mechanics is very similar to Dark Souls, being able to perform simple and heavy attacks, block, and move nimbly in various directions to dodge. Conan Exiles also includes a PvP option with a good number of official servers, where you can enjoy a more intense coordination and confrontation experience with other players. Project Zomboid is a fantastic hardcore survival RPG game. The game may still be in early access, but it has an incredible amount of content and has some truly unforgiving survival elements. The amount of complexity present in the game and the dedication you need to survive to harsh wasteland really sells the experience of being in a zombie apocalypse. Every character's death is a learning experience. This game is certainly not for everyone. The top-down camera angle and the slow pace of the game can put people off severely, but if you're looking for a game that perfectly encapsulates a zombie apocalypse, this game is the perfect one. Starbound is a survival RPG that provides a space exploration experience. The space shuttles takes the player wandering across the universe. Our mission: go down to the planet, collect data and supplies to be able to sustain the ship. Many gameplay elements and features such as items, enemies, and planets use procedural generation in order to provide a variety of content. The game features story-based missions, quests, free world exploration, enemies to fight, and the ability to interact with and terraform the environment. If you're looking for a fun survival game with fresh and unique experience, you should definitely give Starbound a try. Despite being an action RPG, Outward offers more methodical approach to its core gameplay. It has several survival aspects, such as having to carefully watch one's warmth, hunger, fatigue, and thirst. Losing all of one's health in battle can lead to a variety of consequences, including being imprisoned by enemies or being brought back to safety by an NPC. The game's 4 main environments are home to 3 storylines based on different factions. After completing the initial mission, you are given the freedom to adventure around the world or progress through your own choices. Fear Rising is a hybrid survival action game that draws deep inspiration from the gothic lens of vampire fiction. The gameplay is what you will get when you mash Valheim survival gameplay together with top-down ARPGs like Diablo. Players gather materials in order to craft more advanced materials and items. You also have to hunt and defeat certain enemies to unlock new abilities and technologies. Fear Rising also offers a multiplayer experience. You can work together to hunt bosses, exchange resources, and even raiding other people's fortresses. Medieval Dynasty is a unique mix of RPG, survival, and strategy game. This medieval RPG portrays a more realistic approach to the European life during the Middle Ages. Instead of mythological creatures, the biggest conflict you will have to deal with is bandits and wild animals. It can seem a little daunting at first, seeing that there are so many elements in this game, but provided you have sufficient time to play the game and do not mind something grindy, Medieval Dynasty is an easy recommendation. RimWorld takes place in the distant future, where humans are spread across the universe but cannot travel faster than the speed of light. The objective of the game is to ensure the survival of a colony of people, fighting against various environmental and internal events through randomly generated events in a customizable world. Planets and star systems develop in isolation from each other, and while some societies advance technologically, others regress due to war or disease. As a result, there's a massive range of technological levels of societies, from Neolithic tribes to reality-transcending machine gods. Valheim is an open-world survival RPG that has Vikings mythology theme. As fallen Vikings, players must craft tools, build shelters, and fight enemies to survive. The game uses distinctive low-resolution stylish 3D graphics with a combat system inspired by Souls-like genre. The main objective of the game is to kill bosses located in different biomes of the game. Building is often one of the most daunting challenges in a crafting game, but Valheim makes it approachable even for newcomer of the genre. Terraria is a 2D sandbox game with gameplay that revolves around exploration, RPG, and survival. The game is noted for its classic survival adventure style of gameplay, similar to games like Minecraft but in 2D. The dungeons you'll explore continue to present new challenges and new enemies the lower you go, and while gathering aspect can get a little grindy at times, there's a wonderful feeling when you venture into a no man's land thousands of miles below sea level. Not only that, you also have a ton of equipment variation to choose from, which adds a lot of replayability. No Man's Sky is a survival RPG that allows players to take the role of a space explorer, known in-game as the Traveler. The player can collect, repair, and refuel the craft, allowing them to travel between planets and space stations in the local planetary system, engage in space combat with alien factions, or make hyperspace jumps to other star systems. You have a ton of variation in anything in this game, such as costumes, spacecraft, equipment, planets, and so much more. This is literally one of the best experiences that you can get if you love exploring new things. Alright boys, I think that's it for today. I know that there are still other survival RPG games that I haven't mentioned yet, so how about sharing your best survival RPG games that probably deserve the spot in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss another great list. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Peace!